I thought both Counterpoints and Destiny were making really stupid arguments, so I donated to say that. Right? That they were making really stupid arguments, pretending incrementalism didn't exist.
Was Doobie donating saying that Pisco was making bad arguments, or was he donating saying that he needs to bring up like Rose and that I'm a Does anybody have a copy of the messages? Let's be real. This whole drama is just about Destiny losing his orbiters because they were given undeniable proof that he's a piece of shit. Is Destiny culpable for Rose being doxxed by Kiwi Farms, given he posted her university and a photo of her in a DGG shirt to mock KF for failing to dox her? Just a quick reminder that by Destiny's own admission, he received and gooned videos of a minor and kept it for about a year after he was told she was a minor. Quick reminder that Destiny directed people to Anna's Kiwi Farms page. Those are the ones I can fit on the Reddit post until I hit the max limit. Here are the rest. But I'm just saying, it's just funny that he's pretending that like, oh, I was just, you know, I just thought factually he was making incorrect statements about Hasan, and I just wanted to provide some factual evidence against that. Consider playing this Doobie drama.
This guy's gonna end up in jail, by the way. I can feel it.
So I've known Destiny for, I think almost 10 years now. Yeah, I actually think it is almost 10 years now. But I've known most of the people that are like streamers and shit for like almost a decade, very long time. Just because I used to network a lot for the server, town halls, AMAs, debates, things like this. And I've been on like debate panels over YouTube and Twitch and shit for a very long time. So so when I say I've known him, I wasn't like a friend of his. Like I would just be on panel for once in a while, bugging for AMAs once in a while. And he was nice enough to do the AMAs. I always appreciated that about him. So a couple years ago, he was caught sharing news without consent.
Minor.
Other people's news without their consent to some Twitter e-girl that turned out was potentially a guy, but I think it's bullshit. And then that person, whoever was in charge of that account, decided to share all those all over the fucking internet. So his stuff was leaked. Everybody else's shit was leaked. So he's a victim. They're victims. It was all fucked, right? And of course, this led to like people realizing like, hey, he was doing this without their consent. Very shortly after meeting this random ass e-girl. So of course, people were very upset about this. And many of these people were like the people who had their nudes shared were people in the streamer space, like streamers, small streamers that were like in his orbit. They called.
How old is this?
Apparently this is from a few days ago when he did a town hall in his Discord.
So he still thinks this?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean? Wait, thinks what?
He still thinks that the male person does not exist.
No, of course not. They have to think that. They think this because the meme is that the Rose girl and I are secretly collaborating in order to cover her tracks. That's what they think.
No, you're So J-Stock believes this also.
They say that, yeah. I don't know if they actually believe it, but yeah. Remember, it was like, what is the opposite of D-Day? It was like the best thing in the world when they found out that that Rose girl was underage, because that was like finally it. But then it was the worst thing in the world when she finally got deposed and they found out, oh fuck, this is some fuck shit. So as soon as they found out who she was, everybody was like celebrating and that was like the end. But then when the deposition happened, you had people like Esports Batman and Wicked Supreme and Justical and all these other people like, okay, well, clearly that Rose girl is lying just to cover her own tracks and she can't be trusted for anything. And so none of them actually believe her now. And they'll say as much in their Discords, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I can see them like trolling, but there's no way you can believe.
I don't know how much they actually believe versus how much was like the cult or whatever, but yeah.
There's a lot of people kind of cut ties with him, including myself, and I just wanted nothing to do with that going forward. And there was I think there's been like 4 or 5 different little scandals involving him, right? Yeah, I think I told me on Van Aftermath, Making Crack, and I can do that later. So if there's been like 4 or 5 little scandals he's been involved in over the last like couple of years, like the thing with the kids in Texas, like after the bunch of girls drowned in Texas, and he like made a big joke about it on Twitter.
Scandal.
The whole thing, mocking the firefighter who died at the Trump shooting, all this kind of shit, right? So there's been a lot of shit to criticize this guy for, which I have, because I think he is an idiot. I think he does dumb shit all the time and makes himself look bad, makes any political move he's connected to look bad, and he lets his personal life go crazy, which makes him look bad, makes everybody else connected to him look bad. Just like a fucking train wreck. So, because he does dumb shit, like any other...
All the same points that Connor had, remember?
Other streamer, influencer, whatever, in the space, I criticize him when it comes up. Just like he would criticize Hasan, or fans would criticize Hasan, or Kyle Kalinske, or whoever, right? Fucking Nick Fuentes, whatever.
Wait, what? Hold on, what? Sorry.
Any other streamer, influencer, whatever, that's connected to him look bad. Just like a fucking train wreck. So, because he does dumb shit, like any other streamer, influencer, whatever, in the space, I criticize him when it comes up. Just like he would criticize Hasan, or fans would criticize Hasan, or Kyle Kalinske, or whoever, right? Fucking Nick Fuentes, whatever.
They like to draw the comparison as it being the same, but obviously it's not. I'm not like infinitely obsessed with the personal lives of these people and talking about it exclusively over and over and over again. I don't even know if these guys remember how to do political commentary or criticism on the things I say. I don't even know if... I don't know if any of them even know my stances on anything or even engage critically with anything anymore. All of these guys are unrepentant, tanky dick sucks. So like they all unequivocally think that Platner is the next coming of Jesus. They think Hasan is righteous and amazing in everything he does. They think that the mainstream Dems are liberal. It's whatever Hasan's positions are. All of them are copy pasting every part of that. it's like humiliating and embarrassing to watch, because you'll see Gisticle, who I don't know if he's a griper still or whatever, but used to be, is like an ardent defender. I'm not even joking when I say this. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. He's an ardent defender of Taylor Lorenz. He thinks that she's dominated every debate she's ever had with me or Hutch or anybody else. This is like the level of like culty political unison that they're on with the whole ML people on the left.
I thought J-Stock was done covering you. He made it like one day. He was covering you immediately again.
Based.
Like, oh, that didn't last very long.
And because of the space that I hang out in, both on here and on other smaller streamer servers, a lot of these people are like fans of his because he's a big figure in the community. He has been for a long time. Some ways to actually build the streamer community, like the political streamer community. There's a lot of fans in these spaces, and this leads to, because I criticize him and they think he's like God, this leads to a lot of like arguments, debates, discussions about him and his behavior, me debating them about what he's done and yada yada.
Again, this whole like they criticize him, or because I criticize him, it's not. It's because you're wandering around all these Discord servers for months arguing that it's basically okay to dox and A-log my son, to send him...
Oh my God.
What?
I just had a brain blast. Do you know who Doobie is?
Who?
He's what everyone claims that Stale is. He's the ultimate
that's what all of these people are.
moderator.
Yeah, yeah.
Ultimate power tripping moderator.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All of these people are the things that they are projecting on me that they never have any evidence
Oh my
for.
God. Just put the fucking Discord in the bag, little bro. No one gives a fuck about you. Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's been the case for like the last couple of years. What's been happening?
Oh, also when bad shit happens in my community, like there's always like huge posts and everybody's fucking ass pained as fuck. I wish I had the community where it's like, okay, do we really think that Hasan shocked a dog, guys? Don't believe your eyes. Is that what Taylor Lorenz said? Don't trust your eyes. I think she literally said that. Yeah, and it's like, okay, guys, but they pretend that that's my community. Okay. Also, the minor rewrites. He likes to say that like he broke ties with me because of the lawsuit stuff or whatever. I don't know if I have an old Discord mod or anybody that remembers, but we stopped partnering and sending people towards that politics Discord server. I want to say like 5 years ago. I don't remember the exact reason. I thought it was because there's just like too much weird shit happening in there. Not necessarily pedo shit, but like they would obsessively platform like these words like the Mr. Batman guy, the Darth Dawkins guy, and at some point I was like, this is retarded. Maybe it was because of Nazi stuff. I don't remember. But yeah, so he tries to pretend that like everything was chill and cool, and then the Pixie video dropped, so he had to cut ties, but whatever. That's not true.
To give you guys more context. So because I've watched, donated, and participated in like debates and panels on Twitch and YouTube and shit for a very, very long time now, it's often like if you're like in a like Wix chat or Counterpoints chat or Pisco's chat, and if you guys know these like smaller streamers, very often I'll donate to them to shit talk, usually them, like if I disagree with them. Like if you were to watch a Counterpoints, like 90% of my fucking donations to this guy are me shit talking him because I think he's like a neocon and I hate neocon. So I'm always arguing with him through super chats because he's a good sport about it. I like arguing with people. So it's even though I disagree with him and all of his ideas and I think he's bad for the world, I like having the argument. So that's what I do. And there's been a couple streams where Destiny was either on the stream or he was the subject of the stream. And I felt like somebody I think the first time this like really happened was a stream with a streamer called Pisco, and he was actually debating Counterpoints. He was on Destiny's side and Destiny was right there. Yeah, I'm not being ironic, guys. So they were debating. Pisco was being accused of sweeping for Hasan, quote unquote, which that means is like pandering to communists or whatever. I thought both Counterpoints and Destiny were making really stupid arguments. So I donated to say that, right? That they were making really stupid arguments, pretending incrementalism didn't exist. And I felt like the entire thing was just using...
I don't remember exactly. Was Doobie donating saying that Pisco was making bad arguments, or was he donating saying that he needs to bring up like Rose and that I'm a pedophile? Does anybody have a copy of the messages that he was donating that day?
Pisco is like a vector to attack Hasan, basically. That was really stupid and spiteful and retarded. So of course I donated to say that and criticize, and to make like little jokes and little comments about all the drama about over the last couple of years. I think he really didn't like that. So after that, he started publicly threatening to dox me and encouraging his community to dox me. And he claimed that I was part of some big cabal with people called like SNARKERS, quote unquote, which are really just like commentary YouTubers and streamers, and Kiwi Farms and all these people who were trying to like destroy his life, doxing him, doxing people around him, doxing like swatting them, shit like this. And it's just totally not true. Right? I was not involved in any of that. I hadn't even spoken to these people before he threatened to dox me. I've still never spoken to anybody from Kiwi Farms or used that fucking website. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't dox and swat people unless there's a very good reason. And swatting, to be clear, never. But I have participated in doxing when somebody was like committing a crime or threatening somebody, or I needed to like report somebody to the authorities or something, which has happened, unfortunately, like a lot over the years on the server.
So there's been a lot of doxing, but it was all to report people to the authorities. But just trust him on that, by the way. Okay.
Hold on, this guy's kind of sounding based.
Including like last year, most recently. So yeah, so he accused me of this. He was asked like by Counterpoints. The Counterpoints is like that streamer mentioned earlier, he's like a neocon guy, but I've also known him forever, and we've been on a bunch of panels together arguing. So he knows me well enough that I think he knew at the time that I'm not the kind of person who would do that, who would like swat.
Oh, okay. Here, I think this was the big debate with Pisco. So this is, what did Doobie say? He was just donating, offering criticisms of me or something?
not dox
Hold
testing
on.
her son and all this kind of shit. That kind of person. I don't dox and swap people.
What was he saying?
And he claimed that I was part of some here to attack Hasan, basically. Yeah, I'm not being ironic, Tens. So they were debating. Pisco's been accused of sweeping for Hasan, quote unquote, which that means is like pandering to communists or whatever. I thought both Counterpoints and Destiny were making really stupid arguments. So I donated to say that, right? That they were making really stupid arguments, pretending incrementalism didn't exist. And I felt like the entire thing was just...
Okay, so he was donating to Pisco to argue that incrementalism can be a real thing and we were making bad arguments. His actual donations. The truth is, Kafka only wants you to cover drama when you agree with Destiny because Destiny is a spiteful man-child and Kafka is a noodle-spined sycophant. I think this debate was 6 months ago, right? December 16th, 2025. Is giggling over CPS being called more or less bad than giggling over drowned children in Texas? Okay. This is, I think, another kind of his, I think. I am CPS. I am Snark. I am the anti-fan. I am Skull.
Was he donating to you or someone else?
No, this is to Pisco. Wait, I don't know if this is a Doobie anti-fan account. No, I think this is just another person donating. Sorry, this is not Doobie. And then Doobie. Let's be real. This whole drama is just about Destiny losing his orbiters because they were given undeniable proof that he's a piece of shit. You're giving this dude too much charity, Pisco. Is Destiny culpable for Rose being doxxed by Kiwi Farms, given he posted her university and a photo of her in a DGG shirt to mock KF for failing to dox her? Cold behavior. I don't think that's Doobie. Doobie. Quick reminder that Destiny encouraged his audience to report Pixie's wife to ICE. Is he trying to appeal to Trumpers? Is Destiny culpable? Oh, we already seen that one. Just a quick reminder that by Destiny's own admission, he received and gooned videos of a trafficked minor and kept it for about a year after he was told she was a minor. No, he's right, Pisco. Destiny would never play fast and loose with language when it benefits him. What's his justification for doxing esports Batman again? Quick reminder that Destiny directed people to Anna's Kiwi Farms page while she was mid-mental breakdown over him leading her on in private while mocking her publicly for months. Destiny went silent for 10 minutes looking for people celebrating CPS and came back with people not doing that. Does he even disagree with those messages? Is Destiny really pretending he thinks dark jokes should be off the table when the dude has like 5 recent dramas over making jokes about people being shot, children being drowned, child sex, etc.? Wasn't Destiny just encouraging that he was not encouraging people to kill Republicans when he joked about CK's assassination? Has he changed his mind? Okay, this is kind of topical. We'll give him that one at least. What's the justification for doxing experiment? So these are the donations that Doobie is saying, these were just like, helping about arguing in favor of Hasan and that that incrementalism is a real thing. That's his donations. Is this from the same stream? Yes. Wait. Those are the ones I can fit on the Reddit post until I hit the max limit. Here are the rest. Oh, I'm not going to read all of these. But I'm just saying it's just funny that he's pretending that like, I was just, I just thought factually he was making incorrect statements about Hasan, and I just wanted to provide some factual evidence against that. Like, they can never be honest about anything. But it's so boring because they have their own echo chamber, so they can just lie, and the people will believe them because they never actually venture outside of it. Pisco, the sycophant, is dishonestly framing what Denham said. Check your DMs. Just a reminder that Destiny explicitly said he'd kill Queen and Antistical, who he later doxed in his DGG chat. Watch. This is Denham saying she doesn't condone the CPS call. It's extremely entertaining listening to Destiny act self-righteous over things a tenth as bad as things he has done and continues to do. Nobody is going to believe Destiny about this because it's a clear lie, LeMayo. Pisco, please check your DMs for proof of Destiny and multiple members of the community working together to dox people, including Dan. Just a quick reminder that we have the lunch date with Hasan on Sunday. Mocking Kafka for begging Pisco. Quick reminder that Hasan didn't. Anyway, yeah, it's just fucking retarded. But okay, but you can pretend that it was just what
using Pisco is like a
what did he say?
Vector to attack Hasan. Yeah, I'm not being ironic, Tens. So they were debating. Pisco's been accused of sweeping for Hasan, quote unquote, which that means is like pandering to communists or whatever. I thought both Counterpoints and Destiny were making really stupid arguments. So I donated to say that, right? That they were making really stupid arguments, pretending incrementalism didn't exist. And I felt like the entire thing was just using Pisco as like a vector to attack Hasan, basically. I thought it was really stupid.
Which is funny, because again, it gives you insight into what they're doing. For them, Pisco is just a vector to attack me, right? I don't need a vector to attack Hasan. I can just attack Hasan on Twitter. I do that. And I shout about him on my stream. I do that. And I would debate him. He won't do that, right? So I don't need a vector to attack Hasan.
Before you threaten to dox me, I've still never spoken to anybody from Kiwi Farms or use that fucking website. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't dox and swap people. Unless there's a very good reason. And swatting, to be clear, never. But I have participated in doxing when somebody was like committing a crime or threatening somebody, or I needed to like report somebody to the authorities for something, which has happened, unfortunately, like a lot over the years on the server, including like last year, most recently. So yeah, so he accused me of this. He was asked like by Counterpoints. The Counterpoints is like that German mentioned earlier, he's a neocon guy, but I've also known him forever, and we've been on a bunch of panels together arguing. So he knows me well enough that he knows. I think he knew at the time that I'm not the kind of person who would do that, who would like SWAT and dog assessing her son and all this kind of shit. So he asked him in person, and Destiny again repeated that I was part of some cabal that was trying to take him down and vote farms, all this kind of shit. And it's just a total lie, right? And I think the intention was maybe to scare me off and get me to like stop criticizing him. Because I know
to stop criticizing him. Yes, I just please don't criticize me. Anybody.
I know some people who, when he started making these kind of threats, and he'd already doxed people at that point, I think, claiming that they were like part of this cabal. And when I looked into it, I found that actually what these people did was criticize him in the same way that I was, even in lighter ways than I had.
Yeah.
And he, because of this, he linked them to this shit they were never part of, and used that as like a justification to dox him, right? Which is fucking crazy. So of course, I think the intention was to get like scare me off. But of course, I'm a combative person. Sometimes I don't scare off easily. So this just led me to talk about it more and criticize him more, because I feel like he deserved the criticism, obviously. And because he was publicly calling for people to dox me, this led a lot of his fans to track me down and want to ask me questions and accuse me of being involved in doxing and swatting, all this kind of shit. When they're just like, it's just not true, right? So ironically, him doing this publicly and encouraging people to dox me and shit actually caused me to criticize him more, right? So I guess it achieved the opposite effect that he had intended. And this has been the case for, I think, the last like 8 months or so. He threatened to dox me in like August of last year.
10-minute ads is gonna kill himself if you don't watch that video that he sent you.
Which one? The doobie one that I already watched 10 minutes of?
Yeah, he wants you to watch it all. He's
the whole thing?
He has a rope right now.
And like not even just like once, like multiple times, he was gonna dox me. So I think that what's happened since then is things have escalated. So because he keeps threatening to dox me and saying he's gonna dox me, yada yada, of course I am more invested now because I think he's being a piece of shit, and because I've looked into it more. And what was just random ass realm on the side that I was semi-aware of. Now I'm fully aware of it because I've looked into it, because he's connected me to that, right? And I found that he's basically been victimizing smaller streamers for the last couple of years, accusing them of all this bullshit with no evidence. His fans basically just regurgitate anything he says because they're fucking stupid. The ones left anyway are just like really fucking brain dead. It's embarrassing.
The ones left, that's a dog whistle. It's funny that Doobie says he hasn't talked to people.
Yeah, they've been doing this a lot too.
Because they keep claiming that like this is a Kiwi Farms narrative that started like 2 years ago, where it's like Destiny's banned every single person that disagrees with them, so the only people left are the true cult sycophants. They say this always.
Yeah. Connor was saying like the only DGers left are fucking retarded. Like they're a shadow of their former self too. When this motherfucker wasn't even here.
Yeah.
So they just regurgitate anything he says, believe any narrative he spits out of his ass, and then go on fucking with people. So this escalated to the point where I was actually talking to JSock now, who's like one of the streamers, actually talking to Queenman now. And not so much coordinating, but you know, they invited me to their little server, and they would like troll in there and post and shit talk and post streams or whatever. And if a debate was happening, they would ping me there to see if I could want to do the debate or whatever. Things like this, right? But there was no like big plan that I was involved in to do anything. It was really just, you know, a clipping server, shit talking server, like many other servers where, you know, but the stream happened, they'll hop into the voice channel and watch the stream. And it wasn't just him. There's a lot of streamers that they watch or that they dislike, and you know, posting little news articles and shit. So since this, like in the last like I think a couple weeks, things have really escalated. Because there's this crazy guy who was claiming that he was going to A-log Destiny's son. And what that means is he's basically going to track everything he does, like on the internet, and then save it. And then when he got old enough to get a job, he's going to send it to the employer and get him fired, which I think is gross. I don't support that at all. But so he went on to a Wick panel, which is another small streamer, and was, well, not a panel, just him and Wick speaking, and defended it, right? And then later said it was a joke, but you can't tell that he wasn't really joking, but who the fuck knows? I don't know this guy. And Wick was like making a huge deal of it, right? About how he was involving like the son, yada yada. But from my perspective, like I have a son, I have a wife, and when people are encouraged to dox me, that puts not just me, but my son and my wife at risk. Because I mean, if you just look up articles, when police raids happen, when SWATs happen, sometimes children die. Right? Sometimes they get, you know, they will throw a flashlight into the fucking room and a child gets hurt. Right? My son's like fucking 1 year old. So from my perspective, he had already put my family at risk. So I went on to the thing with Wick and I told him, like, hey, the reality, like you having this moral outrage and him having this moral outrage about what this guy said is ridiculous to me, because the environment already exists where people's families are being put at risk, because he's created that environment for me, for other people in the community, because he's connected them to shit that he has no fucking evidence that they're connected to, and I think no reason to believe they're connected to. So this led to him regurgitating the lie that I'm encouraging people to go after his kid and to like fuck with his kid, which I repeated over and over and over. But actually, no, I don't support that. And what I actually okay, Parallax will get their purple name in a bit, or if one of them wants to give Parallax a purple name, he deserves it. Fuck, you threw him off. Okay, so what I said during that thing is, you know, this is the environment that exists. It's a bad environment. I think doxing needs to be a red line, and going after people that were swatting, doxing, fucking with people around them, these are red lines that have existed in the past, unless somebody's like truly doing something monstrous. And I think those need to be red lines again. So I think he needs to stop encouraging this kind of shit, because more of it's going to happen. So again, he started saying that I was encouraging people to go after his son, which of course led me to talk about him even more. led his fans to come and talk to me about it, which led to more debates about him, which he then got upset about because, oh God, do be so obsessed with me. He talks about me when people are accusing him of trying to go after my kid or encouraging people after it. It's fucking crazy. So again, I guess the intended effect didn't happen. The opposite happened, which made him even more upset. I got just continued to escalate until we had this big argument on Wix server because his fans approached me again to talk about Destiny, and then recorded that or like streamed it to him or whatever the fuck. And I guess made him think that I was just sitting there obsessively all day talking about this fucking guy, which is absolutely not true. I joined the voice channel because some dude reached out to me to talk to me about some other shit relating to me when I used to go on panels and shit, and like LARPers are fascist or whatever. And when I got in there, we talked for like 10 minutes about that, and then these other guys came in and moved the conversation to Destiny and about the doxing of the sun, all this kinds of shit. And again, total nonsense that I was in there to talk about the dude. But again, like to be clear, if he comes up, I don't fucking talk about him. Like this is what we do in the space, right? They're streamers or influencers or political figures, and when they come up, people talk about them. That is just the fucking price of fame, I guess. So like that's, I think, and what's funny to me is that like he's built a lot of his career on exactly that. Like on making videos, long form videos, repeated videos, criticizing people's behavior, people's content, people's like belief systems, all kinds of shit for fucking years and years and years. So for him to be upset that people are talking about him and criticizing him, to me, it seems ridiculous. I feel like he's applying a standard to other people that he has not applied to himself over the years, and I don't think he'd apply to himself going forward. So that led to a big argument where the topic of him, like this Rose situation, I guess I could fill you guys in on that. So I don't want to get too detailed, but TLDR, the girl that he was sharing news with, turned out that she was, thank you, Keith, that she was, again, allegedly some other dude. I don't believe that. I think she's just covering around. But it turned out that she was underage, right, at the time where she was exchanging news with her or receiving her nudes through this other guy. And so he had a bunch of like underage news on his like computer or whatever. And I think rather than turn that in, I think initially he wasn't sure that she was underage because the guy,
he reached out to this guy too, by the way. Not the yeah. It's all, like every single here's every single call or thing you can hear these guys say. It's like, what happened yesterday? Well, yesterday, 5 of us were just looking at a guy and he was doing nothing, or we were doing nothing at all. We were just like looking at him and then like having a beer. And then this guy came over and then he set fire to our entire villages and burned everything down. And now he's like complaining about us. And like, that's like every conversation that this guy has. Like, I can't imagine watching this person. You have to think I'm literally like a fucking demon. Like Destiny's out here doxing and hating all these people and attacking everybody, and the only thing that we're doing is just lightly criticizing him. And we can't believe that he's having such a crazy reaction. And it's so and he's making all these crazy accusations, and like none of it's true. And he's just, how does he even have a fan base? Like it must be a cult of people. It's just so crazy. But I got like 1 more minute of this left to me because this is the same shit they've said a billion fucking times.
Whatchamacallit. The guy told him, but he wasn't sure if the guy was lying to him, just trying to fuck with him. So initially, I think it might have been okay, I guess, possibly to hold on to him because he was trying to find the girl because, you know, he wasn't sure if it was her that dude that leaked all his nudes, which again, he's a victim of, and I think it's justified to want to find this person, right? They like have them charged because it's illegal to do that. But I think a reasonable person would have turned them in if there was like a chance that they were like child porn. And this dude, he just told him that he'd been like he'd been producing
please have so fucking retarded
child porn and then selling it on the fucking internet. I think it's reasonable to go to the police with that, like, hey, this fucking guy, you know, just told me he's been manufacturing child porn and selling it online. So we had a big argument about that and whether or not that was okay to do because it might have affected the case that he's now in over him sharing the news without consent. He believed that if he turned it in, he might not have access to it, or the police might arrest him for having the child porn in the first place. Both of these situations seem stupid to me. It's not like he just vanishes if he turns it in.
It's just retarded. I don't even know how to engage with this level of delusion.
I don't think the police would arrest you if you're saying, hey, I received this thing, I didn't know what it was, now I do, so I'm turning it in, letting you know that this guy's running a fucking child manufacturing operation.
Like, this is just, it's the most, but like, I don't know if there's a recording of my call. I'm not listening to it because I don't give a fuck, but in the call I asked Doobie, I was like, I think I've said this a million times in this room already, if a friend gave you a ton of things that turned out to be drugs, would you go to the police officer with all your drugs and say, hey, listen, I got a bunch of drugs that I bought for my friend, but I didn't know that they were illegal drugs, so like, here you go. Like, it's just, this is fucking, he said yes to that. He's like, yeah, I would, of course. It's just retarded as fuck.
Operation in the UK. Like, I think that's a stupid thing, right? So, and today he claims that he won't say whether he turned it in or he destroyed it or whatever because he's worried about spoliation, of course, and I don't blame him for that. So yeah, that was the first argument, and then it happened again. People were talking about that, reacting to that argument, and so of course, Counter reached out to me. Or I don't know. Yeah, I think he did reach out to me, or maybe I was just in his chat like I always am. And
yeah, FBI, you are not going to believe this.
He was talking about it, so I offered to come to the stream talking about it, and then he said, okay, well, why don't you just come on tomorrow and do it? So I was like, sure, I'll come on tomorrow, you know, we'll talk about it. Because Counter wasn't sure whether or not I was involved with all this shit because he was Destiny's friend. They'd met in like a real life bunch of time, hung out a bunch. So he had one friend telling him, hey, Doobie's doing all this crazy shit and doxing me and like involved in doxing and swatting and encouraging people to do this, encouraging people to fuck my son, and doing like gay apps.
Jesus Christ. There's no way I'm listening. It's the whole, it's just, yeah, we're playing
it's all the talking points, the best hits.
Every beeb. Hold on, what else was there? Oh, have you seen this shit? Wait, did you see Obsession?
Yeah. Very good. Very good, even.
If he were so concerned about CSAM being spread about this girl, why does he not go to the cops himself as well? None of the people involved in this have gone to the police about Solo. Not a single person. So, but good memes. But I think Willie Mack has apparently called the FBI on me. Connor has apparently called the FBI on me. Pixie in deposition said that she contacted the FBI. So 50 million people apparently have turned me into the FBI, I guess, but not a single person has gone after or mentioned anything about Solo because nobody actually gives a fuck.
Maybe
But that's
I
cool.
should call. If everybody else is calling, I might as well send
True.
one in.
Here, if you want like a pro-life tip to save your sanity, if a friend is ever coming to you for advice on getting together with a person, and that person is extremely fucking toxic and it's like incredibly obvious that they shouldn't be talking to or associating with that person, do not ever engage. Just say, hey, good luck, buddy, because nothing you say is going to change their mind. They are coming to you 100% of the time for affirmation on their decision. They know it's retarded. Nothing you say will change their mind. Let them fucking do their shit and just don't involve yourself because you're wasting your time and your mental and everything else. Don't ever.